Hey everyone, it's Matt Carl at LeRoy Heritage Museum, and we're here getting ready for our Toys of Christmas Past event, which is coming up this Saturday, December the 9th, from 10 to 3. We invite you to come out. Admission is just a donation at the door, and there will be lots to see, toys from the past 100 years, as well as the regular exhibits, and along with that, there will be items for sale here in our gift shop. Both items that have been here for a while, but also some new items. So I thought I would take a few minutes to just show you what we have available for books here in the gift shop, and then a few other items that you'll find. Over the coming winter, we'll be rotating out several books and trying to introduce in some new books. This is, I think, one of the larger collections of local history books that are available for sale in western Radford County. And so it's a good place to come do your Christmas shopping. Some books are hard to find or almost impossible to find elsewhere. And then we also have other items like DVDs, CDs, CD-ROMs, and a number of other things. We'll look at a few of those in a minute. But first of all, we'll just look at what's on the shelves here. Some of these books we'll look at a little bit more in just a second. But we have a lot of books pertaining to Barkley Mountain, or the Game Commission, the Game Lands. Bill Bauer's book is the one here on the left. And then books having to do with the Civilian Conservation Corps and the work that they did not only in this area but other areas as well. The Pennsylvania State Parks and other books on trees and logging, coal mining, and things that pertain to this area. So you really find a lot of different types of books here available for the person that might be interested in that. Now, some of the books may not be evident as to why they're here as far as their connection with local history goes, but for instance, this book right here, The Place I Call Home, which is about the Underground Railroad in northeastern Pennsylvania, but it includes a section, or a small section in there, on the Minnequa Hotel and some of the African Americans that worked there. There are several other books here also that may not be totally clear as to what they are, and this is one of them, just the family history, and this includes a family that once lived in Granville Township. So just by looking at the cover, you might not realize that, but all of these books are here because they have some sort of connection with area history or so on. But again, some of these books will be switched out this winter. It's been a year or so since we've added some new things, so we'll be doing that. So as a result of that, we'll be marking down several of these books for the sale on Saturday, so it's a good time to come and get some deals on that. We'll look at some of the books a little closer in just a second. But we also have DVDs. There are several of the state parks produced by Pennsylvania Cable Network. If anyone who has access to Pennsylvania Cable Network on their cable TV might have seen these before, and Mount Pisgah is the one most local to us. We also have several videos and DVDs here of movies that Harry Davenport of Canton was in. So we're going to look over here at some of the books that might be worth your time looking at on Saturday. First of all is the new book that the Bradford County Historical Society has come out with this year, and which I had the opportunity to put together. And this will be available on Saturday here, and I'll be signing books here on Saturday as well, so it's a good time to come and pick this book up. And this book is 516 pages. It's all about Bradford County in World War I. And lots of information in here pertaining to all parts of the county. This particular chapter that I opened to happens to be about Henry P. Davison of Troy. There's also another chapter about Jane Delano, who lived at Minnequa Springs and was head of the American Red Cross nursing service. But there are chapters and pictures pertaining to soldiers from all over the county. There are sections on nurses who serve from Bradford County in both Red Cross and also in other sections of the United States military. And so there's just a whole lot of stuff here. I would encourage you to take a look at it. If you had a relative in the war, it would be a great resource for you to learn what they might have experienced. If you're not sure if you had a relative in the war, this book actually has a section in the back with a list of all Bradford County men and even nurses who registered in Bradford County. And so there'll be a number of people listed there, and you can find them in that section. So there's just all kinds of great stuff available in this book. It's really worth your time. It's a very thick book, and make a great coffee table book. So some of the other things we have available, the book that Marcella Hyde did several years ago, which is a much smaller book on Bradford County history. If you have not picked that book up in the past, that's a good one to pick up. Another book that might not be totally clear as to what its connection to the area is this one, which is called So Goodbye and Don't Forget to Pray for Me. And this is actually a Civil War book, and this pertains to Arvin Foss of Canton area, and this is an interesting book for anyone that's interested in the Civil War. Another one is this one called the Directory of Pennsylvania Photographers, and if you have photographs from the area that you're trying to identify, or you're looking for more information on a photographer that you might find on an old photograph anywhere in Pennsylvania, but including Bradford County, this is a good directory that was done some years ago and has information about a lot of different photographers. Of course, the book that the LeRoy Heritage Museum did a few years back, 2014, Images of Southwestern Bradford County, which is the largest book that's been done on the southwestern part of the county, including photos. It's a photo book, so you'll find all sorts of photos from the Canton, LeRoy Township, Granville areas up onto Barkley Mountain at Lakeland and so on. There are interior shots of the Barkley house at Lakeland. There's just a lot of stuff in there. Over 700 photographs available in that book there. So that also makes a great Christmas gift. We do have a few of these, which is a booklet on southern Tioga County, Pennsylvania, right next door to us. Has some great photos of the coal mining operations and the communities in that area. Of course, the other books that are available pertaining to Barkley Mountain, Ghost Lumber Towns of Central Pennsylvania, which includes Lakewood, Maston, Ricketts, and Gray's Run. The Romance of Old Barkley, which is a history of the town of Barkley. Of course, the Barkley Mountain history, which is now a lower price, available at a lower price, and you'll be able to get that on Saturday as well. And another one by the Bradford County Historical Society called Bradford County Bicentennial, a Photographic History, which is a book that was done during the bicentennial of the county and features a lot of photos from a lot of the different townships and boroughs. So if we open it up, You'll see every township, every borough represented in here with a lot of photos, most of which had not been published before. And 2012 being the bicentennial of the year, the Historical Society went through its photo collection and pulled out a lot of the ones that had not been available in the past and made those available. And I also designed this book as well as the Barclay book we looked at before. So there's a lot of books here available, some of them from the Bradford County Historical Society, some of them from us, and others are local books that we have gathered as we have found them. We also have all 3 decks of the Bradford County History playing cards. The green one was the first one, the red one was the second one, and the one on the right, the bicycle brand cards, were the third one. And all of them have different cards in them, and each card in the deck highlights a different piece of history pertaining to local history throughout Bradford County. But the southwestern Bradford County is represented strongly in each one, and LeRoy Heritage Museum as well as Bradford County Historical Society contributed photos to each of these decks, and they were designed by Robert Tomlinson right here in LeRoy, Pennsylvania. And there's barely anyone that has all 3 decks still left that you can pick up. So if you're running a little bit behind and you haven't gotten these all 3 before, it's a good time to get all 3. And if you want to give them as a gift, it's a good time to get them, put them together, and give them that way. So there's a lot of material available. There's also Canton Chamber of Commerce throws that we have here available. It was done in 2016. And we still have jewelry as well, made by our volunteers. Postcards, shirts, and various other items. And some of the shirts, particularly the white one on the left, is going to be phased out this year. We've had lots of requests for new and different shirts, different kinds of shirts, style-wise, and also hats and so on, which we have run out of. And so this coming winter, we will be restocking our museum gift shop with several items that we've been missing out on. And so there are other oddball things here like puzzles and CD recordings and so on. We're always looking for new things to add to the gift shop. We're talking about adding some possible new books pertaining to material that we have put out before. Also some recordings of programs that I've done. So there's a lot of things possibly coming up as we have time to get them out, but definitely over the winter months we'll be adding several new things. So we hope to see you this Saturday to stop by and see toys that you probably remember from the past, as well as some of the exhibits here, and possibly stop in the gift shop and purchase something for a Christmas gift. We also will have baked goods and homemade items provided by our local volunteers here that also make a great gift for the holiday. So feel free to stop in again this Saturday, December 9th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I will be here signing the World War I book all day, and there will be lots here to see. So stop by, and we'll be glad to talk to you about our renovation project we're doing at our second property up the road, and explain the progress on that as well. All right, thank you very much for watching, and see you this Saturday.